Am I speaking Spanish to a regular person when it comes to credit and funding? Maybe it's up to me. Be the change I want to see in the world. I got to do public service announcement. Guys, stop trying to run your whole entire business on personal credit cards.
We damn near gotta show results because y'all really think we playing. And it's like, we are about to start getting tired of taking individuals to the water, giving them the whole, you know what I'm saying, talking, consultation, giving them our whole time. Like, hey, yeah, look, here we're literally walking. We're gonna take a nice stroll, and then we get to the water, and it's like, all you gotta do is let's do it. And it's like, you're just like, you see paradise. We're taking you to it, and it's kind of like, okay, cool. Well, I'll let you know. I'll be back. And you're gonna walk away from that beautiful water. You're not gonna take a drink. You're not gonna take a bask in anything. You're not gonna take a little dabble just to feel what the fuck it's like.
And that's the part it's hard for me to comprehend. Guys, y'all gotta take step one. I just want to give somebody that feeling like this day forward, a bill will never stress you out.
I mean,
it's still like you ain't kicking your feet up on the beach now.
No.
It's just like there's always enough. Mm-hmm. And enough is just like, enough is not enough. You know what I mean? I don't even say there's always enough, because that's even a negative mentality right there, saying enough is enough. Like, you just want enough. A lot of people, they say they just want enough. Well, I have the formula. I literally typed out this formula on a spreadsheet, and I had the whole group community like, hey, guys, I need a volunteer. Read this out. Does this make sense to you? How to leverage your first 100K and avoid a job. Simple enough. What's going on, guys? You already know what time it is. It's the Deletekings podcast. I go by the name Deleking 850, and I got my boy here with me.
You already know Deletekings CVO.
Yeah, that's my brother. You know what I mean? Like, yo, straight up, I got a lot on my mind, and I've been wanting to just recap. It's just so much going on, whether it's funding, whether it's clients. So right now, we getting a whole lot of booked appointments per day, and I've been having all these conversations and ultimately dealing with people, you know, in this space, you just hear all these stories, right? Mm-hmm. So one thing that I have to get better at is cutting the time short on these calls. And I be trying to tell you, like, before you waste your time, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, figure out what it is they actually want.
Right.
Right? So I be trying to ask people 2 questions. You got an LLC to get business funding? And are you... Hey, so the direction I was going at first is like, I got so much, like I said, I wanted to go over, but I'm going to start with this. Guys, y'all got to take step 1. Straight up. I'm going to tell you what that means. I'm going to expand on it, right? But y'all got to take step 1. So the last text message I just noticed that I read, new like intern I'm trying to add to the team, say he's pulling up, right? Right? And he's going to come. So I'll say this to his face too, but I'm going to use him as an example, right? Like, take step 1. If I send you an intake form, don't take 3 days to fill it out, right? Because not only him, somebody else. I send the intake form, like, we will have a great discussion, right? I'm giving you an opportunity. You have an opportunity. And then, like, all right, we're on the same page before we hang up this call? Cool. Fill out the intake form. I just send the link. 24 hours. Yo, what's up with that intake form? 48 hours. Yo, what's up with that intake form? And then it's like, everybody's going to have a story. But we're talking about step 1 here. That's what I want to discuss. Like, bro, what are the people these days? You know what I'm saying? Like, so, for example, my other potential intern, right? Like, she had a good reason, you know, that she couldn't fill out the intake form, right?
Which is what?
She needed to do the real step 1, get a credit monitoring. And you know how, like, you need a real, like, bank account for it. You know what I mean? This person will remain anonymous. But, like,
she had, like, one of the chimes or one of the security.
You know what I'm saying? Or a bank where it's, like, no branches nearby.
Right.
Right? So it's like, tell me that on day 1. If there's anything stopping you from doing step 1, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather you tell me that on day 1 so that the excuse doesn't seem like a surprise 3 days later. You know what I mean? Like, you ever dealt with that? You're telling somebody to take step one or something like that. Like, and it's just like, for some reason it's not getting done, or they say they're going to show up and then like they don't show up and you're just like texting them and it's like, bro, where you at? You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're always going to deal with that, but people got, lives be live, and so people got real life things going on. So sometimes you're not always on the same type of time and you would want them to be on, or you are on,
Yeah, because I be moving fast and I be just be thinking like, yo, we can do, like, there's some opportunities we can hop on like right now. You know what I mean? Like, after I look at your credit report, I'm telling you, we can do X, Y, Z. Are you ready? Right? And it just be like, you got this much to lose, not much to lose. You give me 90 days, let's see what we can make happen. And it's just like, now what we got, you can get started with us for $69.
I thought it was 113.
Oh, there's another option.
Oh.
That's even lower than that option.
Oh shit! So you know better than me then. All right.
So it's like, man, at this point.
But again,
Bring me down to earth.
it's not even that, because if you got to think about it like this, because even when I talk to clients and I lock them in, even to get them signed up for Identity IQ, you know what I'm saying,
right,
is sometimes hard. But to even lock in, one, so many people, they love what we got going on, but can't fathom the information. You can't fathom the information. You can't really hone in on it. You're gonna get a little bit like, ugh.
It's gonna sound like
you
Spanish.
know what I'm saying, and then it's gonna take you away from it, But as we're telling you, like, hey, I tell people like, we're gonna walk you through this shit. Like, you have direct access to us as of right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, until that becomes obsolete, where you got to talk, you got to be making, you got to have 100,000, 200,000 just to be in in the conversation with us. You'll talk to our mentees and our people under us, because by that time we're gonna have it's gonna be ridiculous. It's already fucking growing. So it's like, you get in where you fit in now, or don't wait 6 months. Like, I literally just had a client. You're like, hey, bro, not a client. I had a lead. They're like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? I haven't forgot about you. I'm gonna, let's get it in. Let's get it going. And I'm like, when did you call me? I was like, oh, you called me like January, early February, late January. Okay. At the same time, I had a client, a lead that turned into a client, locked the fuck in, didn't play, paid what he needed to. He literally was like, he sent me the deposit, and he's like, bro, I'm gonna pay you up within the month. Like, I don't fuck all that shit. Like, he don't like payment plans. Like, he's trying to get it out. And I said, hell yeah, that's the motivation I like. Because now, not only you on top of it, then we got to be on top of it. We got to push you know what I'm saying? Like, you showing us that you serious, let's show you how serious we are. And from February 5th, when I put his shit in, I have receipts. February 5th, when I put his shit in, till right now, no, till yesterday's date. So today's 19th, today's the 20th. So tomorrow, yesterday 19th. Yeah. So as of yesterday's date, he went from like 610, 615. He's at 745 right now. Like that. And the same person, like I said, that called me around the same time, like, yeah, bro, I ain't forgot about you. I'm gonna be ready. I'm like, bro, we would have been almost ready to go. And like, time is of the essence. It's already March as we're filming this right now. It's the end of March. If another 3 months go by, another quarter goes by, Ty gets something crazy, he do something nice, I do something nice, get some crazy investments, and then more people will, you know what I'm saying, the people that were leads are gonna hit us up before and be like, yeah, bro, I gotta tap in. And like, man, you called me how many times already? We talked, we already had this consultation, and it's been a month or two. Like, what we doing? What
now
the fuck are we doing?
You can have your little closing questions, and just one last thing before I,
Yeah.
It's like, it's like, man, because I spent 2 hours on the phone, 2 separate hours on the phone with a client, right? And then so conversation number 2, where I'm like going over everything, because this person had a really good credit report, right? She got some inquiries that are about to expire in a few days too. And I'm like, I could work with this, but you need a deposit to show me you're serious.
Right.
And now I'll repeat, you can finance the deposit. for as low as $69. I don't care what you do. Right? So it's not much to just lock in, commit. And that's why, I made a post on my story like, I might be out of touch. You know what I'm saying? I'm still on my way to where I'm trying to go, but I might be out of touch. Have I become desensitized to how much $1,000 is?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I'm just like,
because
yo.
like I said, I know both sides and I understand things like that. That's why, yeah, 1,000, 1,200, 500. I mean, shit, $100 is a lot to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's even a stat where working 40 hours in anywhere in America, that's not enough to afford a 2-bedroom by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was like some stat I seen. It's like, that's crazy. So it's like, if you even look at it like that, shit, $100 is a lot to somebody. $5 is something a lot. And especially, and it also depends on the person though. So sometimes $100 might not be a lot to someone who's single, don't got kids, don't got no worries, can kind of do their own thing, hustling a little bit. $100 might be a lot to someone who got kids, who got 1, 2, 3, 4. Some people, I know someone got 6 kids. You know what I'm saying? So $100, they got it. Technically, to them, they got to be more strategic to them. Is this $100 gonna go over here and hopefully I get together, or I'm gonna make sure my kids eat real quick, and then if I have spare, I'll do this because technically they come first. You know what I'm saying? So it's different scenarios for real in different people's situation.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I got to make my intake form a little stronger. I've been super lenient.
Well, like, are you single, married?
I know, just like, are you stable? Because the same questions I asked on the call, they need to be prepped before they get on the call with me. Like, because the 2 questions I'm gonna ask: do you have an LLC? I should know that already by the time they're on the call. And are you financially stable with a reliable source of consistent income? I say it just like that, right? I ask those 2 questions. Sometimes I ask those questions a little bit too late in the conversation, and it's been back to back to back to back. I'm on disability. Like, back to back, I've been like this deja vu. Like, not really, but I do have something coming in, but not really. Like, really hate my job, really like want to get out of it or something like that. I'm talking multiple people. Have you been running into that or something? Like, they just like back to like.
I mean,
they
I
just
want to
don't
say back to back.
I
Like,
can't even imagine where their actual money is coming in.
Like I said, they tapping into something that they don't know. Like I said, one guy literally back to back. I had one literally was like, oh, I'm gonna get with you. The next one locked in, and then I had another one was like, oh, I'm gonna get with you. The next one sent his deposit. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like it depends on the people that you're really talking to.
Well, I made a rule. I don't want to take nobody's last dollar. You know what I mean? I know one of my clients, she told me, I found this out later, like, she gave me her last $1,200. I didn't know that, but a couple years later, we $400,000 in funding.
When I tapped in with you, I was down to my last dollar. What are you talking about? Hey, it's possible to, you know what I'm saying? If you are down to your last, and that little last can last you, you know what I'm saying, just a little bit, just to get this,
Maybe
process going, then it's like, it kind of got to happen sometimes, because some people, you really like, it's hard to find jobs. It's hard for people to keep jobs. It's hard to do a lot of things. AI is taking over this, that, and the third. So, it's war out here. For real.
Yeah, man. Like, real talk. Because it's like, my ideal clientele is like, they don't even blink at $1,000. Like, they're business owners in my head, all in my head.
No, yeah, but that's this.
And I'm like, if I help you and a few other people where I know they started with $90,000 in credit card debt, and then we swapped it out with like personal loans and blah blah. We did what we had to do. I'm thinking I can do this for anybody, but I'm not Superman.
Right.
And then when I get on these calls, I'm like, I go into problem solving mode right away, instantly, all the time. I'm like, and in the conversations, before you know it, I'm at 17 minutes. Oh, before you know it, 41 minutes. I'm just like, do you have $69 to get started? Like, and I got to work on that. I got to work on that and just keeping it concise without being a jerk, because I am saying, hey, get your one-on-one call. Hey, let's do a game plan. No pressure. I'm not a high sales person. It's just
Right.
it's a conversation. But I'd hope you'd watch some of my content to be ready to actually just make a decision. There's people I want to tap in with. Whether it's for a mentorship or whether it's for their AI systems and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't even want to book the call until I know I'm just ready to just send the payment. Even if I had some buying questions.
But you like you're keep thinking you're how you think and then other people think. They're not it's not gonna be the same.
I know, right?
It's not gonna be the same. So no matter I don't care how much you talk about it, how much you know what I'm saying, you tell people, I would do this or this or that. It's like you're gonna be throwing sometimes a pancake at the wall and it's just gonna slip. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna stick. Like it's gonna be very few, very minuscule. Why do you think there's how many people in the world in the United States, and then you go, okay, how many are millionaires? How many are billionaires? There's a lot of fucking people over here, so it's.
I barely remember the stats, but it's like maybe less than 5% is making six figures, or maybe like
you see what I'm saying? So it's like you definitely gotta understand even that. Yeah. So I know as far as what we got going on, yes, right now you can tap in with us for as little as $60, you know. So we are making it more affordable because we see what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? We're in the financial world ourselves. We see what Trump is doing or what Biden did, and the new laws that are coming and the laws that are being taken away because they're unconstitutional. Yeah, we pay attention to the shit. So it's like obviously we want to show you guys and so you can reap the benefit of what we got going on. So instead of it being this big substantial amount, you can now finance it even to the point where it's like you can finance the whole mentorship. Now you're starting very fast at, you know what I'm saying, payments, you know what I'm saying, little payments where the mentorship you tapping with us, you're to make that back. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like you either get your credit fixed for little as $60, you know what I'm saying, starting at little as 60, you stay on top of that. It's also a trade line, you know, so for people that don't have all the accounts necessary, that need to stack that account profile, here's an account for you,
right,
ready to go, and you're gonna pay it on fucking time. Because if you can't pay this on time, what are you gonna do with the fucking $100,000, $200,000, $300,000? Right. You out of here? I'll call you. Yeah, stay beautiful.
Man. It's like it's got to start somewhere. It starts with you and your decision making and your habits. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, right now we got, you know, school.com/850. That's our community right now. I kid you not, mad affordable. Like it's supposed to be my VIP. I'm even thinking like people's looking at the price so low, they underestimating the value that's really in there. You know what I mean? As we speak, it's only at $20 a month, right? So I'm thinking, yo, I got a price point for everybody. Like on the call, I'm so confident. Like I'm sure this person, no matter what, has $1 to spend on their credit monitoring. We'll start there, right? And then worst case scenario, you know, hop in the community, learn some, you know, while you're saving up for the big joint. You know, I'm thinking I got a price point for it, and it's just like, but the more conversations that I have, and how as long-winded as they are, I go into problem-solving mode for people that just aren't ready, right? Mm-hmm. And it's just like what I've been doing is recording a lot of the consultations. You know, by the way, all calls are being recorded and monitored for quality assurance purposes. But I'm about to make some content out of this. If y'all are gonna call my phone, I'm saying y'all, but like certain people, if they're gonna call my phone just to vent, I might as well make it something I can throw on TikTok or something like a reality show, some Dr. Phil, some, you know, credit, you know, because these stories are interesting. You
really could, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you know,
a Twitch streamer, but that's
like, hey, look at this call, like, you know.
Yeah, call the number at the bottom, blah, 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 and I'll just live stream all these consultations back to back to back. Because it doesn't make me look good to sit on those type of calls. And then it's like, man, but you might see me make a few thousand that day, right? But it's just, I want to leverage it so it's about to be entertaining. I will have, for example, they remain anonymous, right? I'll keep them all anonymous, of course, but it's just like, I spoke to somebody that supposedly has 3 businesses, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they don't have $100. And a little bit of income from unemployment or something of that nature with some sort of federal assistance. I'm like,
And still
I was
nothing.
trying to do the math in my head. I'm just, okay, $100. And then they like, I didn't even know where to start with that. You know what I'm saying? And the conversation just went way too long, but it's like, I recorded it. And it's like, yeah, let me find the editor to just chop out anything that could be sensitive information. You know what I mean? Like, we got to
I
have.
mean, what like I was saying, I was about to say, like, I know you probably say we gotta have some type of keyword or cut word or something like. But it's like, shit. I'm about to start saying like, hey, can you make a payment? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be on this call, and it's like, if you're not gonna make a payment today, we shouldn't even do this call. But it's not even that. It's
I don't want to be a dick about it.
Yeah, I know, but it's almost like that because it's like the shit that we deal with. We have to not. I'm not saying that when the clients call, you know what I'm saying, their concerns for what they don't know. I love it. I love talking to people and, like, you know what I'm saying, kind of like, hey, this is what you really don't know. This is what's on your credit. This is really fucking you. We can do this. We can do that. You know, I love preaching about the possibilities that credit really comes with, you know. But when, again, it does come along with it, like, oh, my wife did this, or I did this, and I couldn't get this car, and oh my God, I was just COVID, or this and that. It's just a lot of things. Okay, yeah, we understand it. We understand life be life, and life is life, and life is life. But for me, before I was doing something, life was life, and for him, before he was doing something, it's just what the fuck it is, right? So we're not saying that we're okay with being therapists, you know what I'm saying? But we are saying we're gonna listen to some of your, you know what I'm saying, the things you got going on. But when it goes to literal, like, not even step one, because, you know what I'm saying, people could do, you know what I'm saying. I have a lot of people that I have consultations with. They had no problem doing the dollar, you know what I'm saying, getting the credit. Or if not that, they were like, at least, hey, this is not working. Because sometimes, you know, the modern day systems be weird. They can't verify. So it's like, they'll be like, man, this shit not working. I was like, you know what? Hey, let's, you know, send me the Credit Karma, or send me the Experian, or send me something I could look at, and they be on point. You know, I probably had a few here and there that just didn't show me their credit, and they just babbled about what's going on. And I was like, okay, well, if you're babbling, this is the kind of babble price I can give you for real. But again, you're not showing me your credit, so I can't do anything. But with that was you? Oh, okay. Okay.
My laptop be going on. I can't
Type
even
shit,
that.
yeah, it'd be like that.
All right, thank you.
So when it comes to these clients, we're gonna tell you what you need to hear. What we really want to hear is that you're ready to fucking go. You know, everybody has a story.
Level.
Yeah, everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. So if your story, the reason why you're calling, the reason why you're venting, right? It's for a reason. You're doing it for a reason. You're calling us for a reason because you want the information that you don't know, or see something that you like that you wish is for you, or however the fucking case may be. But you're doing it for a reason because you're tired of your old reasons. So if you're taking a call, you're taking that chance, you're taking that extra step to even get on the phone while it's possible right now to get on the phone with us. You're not doing anything with it. You know what I'm saying? You're not tapping in with us on what we're talking about, as far as we'll get you together. You're gonna lock it with us. We'll hold your hand. Okay, you can't afford that. Okay. Well, here's this. Here's the, you know, payment plans. You go all the way from 60 to maybe 3. It was like 300, 400, 3. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you
months,
know,
like,
you know, whatever you can do with that. Okay, cool. All right. Oh, you can't afford that. Oh shit. Okay. Well, we got school. You know, right now, as the membership is building, after every 250 it goes up.
Right. It's like,
You know what I'm
after
saying?
250 members.
After 250 members, it goes
going
up,
up.
and then another, you know, every time it hits a milestone, we're gonna go up on price, because obviously these people are tapping in and getting in here because the information is valuable. So again, you can't afford those other 2 options. All right, cool. Here's school. School right now, as of right now, right here, there's a link. It's $20. At the start of this video. If you see another link under this or whatever popped up, it means it went up by the time this video got out. So right now it's $20. You can't afford that? Oh shit. Well, I can't afford to help you. I can't afford to give you the rest of my time of this call. You know what I'm saying? Because what is that doing for any of us? You're just getting your feelings out about your financial mistakes. And I'm going to tell you about how you can make better financial decisions. And then we're going to show you proof about real results and assets and this, that, and a third. Like it came to the point where I was talking to my guy who tapped in. He tapped in, and we are not scared to show results. He told me, right? I'm sitting in the car with him. He's like, man, what you got going on? Let's talk business. We're talking business just like this, right? And he goes, man, show me an 800 credit score. Okay, I got you. Pull out my phone real quick. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we could do it right now, just like this. We can do it together real quick. Go ahead. We're going to show him real quick.
5, 4.
Hold on. My
3.
shit loading.
It's loading.
Here we go. Hold on.
Loading.
Right. Hold on.
Loading.
See, this my experience. What you could pull up? Credit Karma. See, it's loading. That's that.
Maybe loading.
Man.
Yeah,
Okay, here we go.
It's not gonna focus back.
Here we go. Hold on, right here. Right here. So we can zoom in. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you see that. That's 8:30.
Hold it still. Let's just hold it still for a second. Maybe it'll focus.
Maybe it'll focus. Hopefully, put it in my front of my face or right here.
All right.
Even that camera.
We'll adjust it. Whatever. All right,
You feel me? We'll
It's
adjust
an
it.
800 club.
Yeah. Hey, we sitting at 800. So he just like right there. Just
Up
like
21 points
We
today,
able
you
to.
know what I mean?
This is on our phone. This ain't no one else's phone. This shit. My baby pictures. My son pictures on here. This is my phone. This is my baby right here. So we just did. That's results, right? 800 credit score. But a lot of motherfuckers can't do that. A lot of people cannot show you an 800 credit score.
Lower than the experience.
Oh yeah, that's why I had to pull the experience. I was like, man, that shit said 830. My FICO says
It's loaded. It's still
830.
loading.
You know what I'm saying?
5, 4, 3, 2,
Where'd you
1.
at? Boom. I know you at.
846.
Look at that. Come on now.
846. Some people gonna find this corny. Like, what is he doing? Like,
Right. Hold on. Right.
Nah, we just have
So,
to like.
boom.
We just literally have to like.
We damn near gotta show results because y'all really think we playing. And it's like, I tapped in with bro. This is my big bro. This is my partner. I tapped in as a mentee and learned the shit, and now we're partners in a lot of different things, and we get shit done. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, we're on the podcast together, and you guys been here, and whoever's been here has been tapping in with us for a long time. So obviously, you know what I'm saying? As you can see, I'm right behind my mentor in credit score.
Man.
Like, a lot of people can't say
A
that.
lot of people can't say that.
You know? So,
I'm just trying to build more. We're trying. What are we trying to do?
We're
You know what I mean?
trying
My
to build more.
ultimate goal, I said this. I said it in private, but like I want at least 800 people in the 800s.
Mm-hmm.
I want at least 100 people
With 100,000.
100,000, 6 figures. And if I can get a dozen people to get $500,000 in funding or be crediteers or whatever, that would be amazing. I could rest in my grave knowing I accomplished that at the least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then and that's real life changing people's lives. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to give people this feeling. You know what I'm saying? Top off, and I only gotta look. I ain't
Yeah,
even
just-
in the lamb yet.
you see it.
Just
You
a
see
little,
it.
a little
You see it.
C7. You know what I mean? But I'm just grateful to God. Like, made a little deposit today. I was just like, and I posted like, damn, is this a lot of money still? Like, like.
Yeah. Hold on, what is
My
that?
homie see me. I usually don't post cash, right? Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. It depends how I'm feeling. But like, let's say I posted a lot of cash. It's like I had a lot of cash on me one time, long time ago on my phone. I never posted. I was like, I never posted this. I wonder what would happen. Who would like? I was just curious. I was like, this is a joke. Let me just, because posting a lot of cash could be viewed as tacky and attracting the wrong audience, right? And it could be dangerous. But
Right.
I had this old clip in my phone that I could still pull out today if I wanted to. But I was just like, let me post this and just see the reactions. Like, I posted like, quit your job and work for me. It was like nearly 100 bands in cash because cool. But I was just asking myself like, and then one of my big homies had to check me like, bro, shut up. My bad.
Goddamn AI listening. So your big Your big homie said what now?
So, long story short, he was just like, bro, be careful. Be careful, you know. You in the city, like people watching your moves and everything, and I respect it. That's how you know you got a big homie telling you be careful. That's not really my style, but it is, but it isn't, you know what I mean? Because I genuinely I like cash. You know what I mean? Banks hate cash, but it's just like,
having $100,000 in cash is just...
I just want to see how people react to it, but I don't want to take it for granted, like, because I'm still trying to get to where I'm trying to get to. I'm gonna keep saying that until it's obvious. Big ass chain, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta just keep it real, especially if I'm gonna do a podcast for the people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still on my way where I'm trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? I figured out a few things with the credit or whatever, that's cool. Is what it is, right? But I could teach somebody to do what I've done. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, I'm just trying to figure this out, have a real conversation. Like, man, I don't want to become delusional in a sense to like.
No, it's just, you just gotta know what's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because as people like us, we tend to, you know, keep people around us, or want people around us, or even listen to people, or however the case, in the level that we want to be at, that we're at. You know, things that inspire us, the whole nine. So I could understand it being difficult. You know what I'm saying? Because you're looking like, man, you know what I'm saying? These guys are getting done. You know what I'm saying? I see their people that join their shit. They not fucking playing. There's some real people out there that don't want to play with their fucking life. You know what I'm saying? So we do see that, but then there's, again, the handful of people that just aren't ready. And we could lead them as much to the door. We could lead them as much to the water as we want. Can't make them walk through it. Can't make them drink it. Can't make them taste it. There's nothing that we can do. You know, as most we can get them in there is there. And I'm not gonna lie, kind of like what Ty is telling you is like, we, as big as this is getting, we are about to start getting tired of taking individuals to the water, giving them the whole, you know what I'm saying, talking, consultation, giving them our whole time. Like, hey, yeah, look, here we're literally walking. We're gonna take a nice stroll, and then we get to the water, and it's like, all you gotta do is let's do it. And it's like, you're just like, you see paradise, we're taking you to it, and it's kind of like, okay, cool. Well, I'll let you know. I'll be back. And you're going to walk away from that beautiful water. You're not going to take a drink. You're not going to take a bask in anything. You're not going to take a little dabble just to feel what the fuck it's like.
And that's the part it's hard for me to comprehend. You know what I mean? I just want to give somebody that feeling like, from this day forward, a bill will never stress you out.
Right. I mean,
it's still like you ain't kicking your feet up on the beach now.
No.
It's just like there's always enough. And enough is just like, enough is not enough. You know what I mean? I don't even say there's always enough, because that's even a negative mentality right there, saying enough is enough. Like, you just want enough. A lot of people, they say they just want enough. Well, I have the formula. I literally typed out this formula on a spreadsheet, and I had the whole group community like, hey, guys, I need a volunteer. Read this out. Does this make sense to you? How to leverage your first 100K and avoid a job. Simple enough. All the other gurus are going to teach you how to make your first 10K in 30 days and how to make your first 6 figures in 90 days, and whatever fast track money system that they got going on. That's cool.
Yeah.
You can go to them for that. You know what I mean? Like, a year from now, maybe I'll be, creating millionaires. Who knows? I'm just trying to get, get you out, yo. I don't know if that's my demographic, but it's like, if you hate a job, if you really, really hate a job.
Yeah, we can get you right out of there. Then you can start doing things for yourself, But if you love a job and you like working for somebody, and,
And ain't nothing wrong with the job. You know what I'm saying? I'm not opposed to a job where there's some sort of peace that you get when you can clock out and not work, and then you just go to sleep. You wake up at a certain time.
Right. You're able to, do your thing.
You got your peace of mind, stability, consistency. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with a job as long if it's taking care of all your needs.
Right. Like if you feel like you're working a job and you can go out and whenever you want. You know what I'm saying? It takes care of your bills, and it's like, okay, you can go party if you want. You can go on a cruise. You can take a trip. If that's stabilizing you enough, then shit, you damn near winning in my book, because you taking care of your things, you living good.
You probably have work-life balance.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Entrepreneurs envy that.
Yeah, you have that nice 8 hours, you know what I'm saying, that you knock in, you probably real great at your job, and then you able to, do things at fucking will, and you can just sit in there, watch TV, because I used to work a 9 to 5 in corporate America, and there were some times this shit was so easy, I'm, put my phone right here, watch the new episode of whatever, and just, this shit was so repetitive, I'm pressing 3-4 buttons, just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's singing his ass off. I don't know if you hear that, but yeah, I was pressing, pressing buttons. So if you're good at that, you're good at pressing buttons, and it can get you through the week. And that once that 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock hit, you got no worries in the world. You got no more buttons to press. And you can do whatever fuck you want. Yeah,
Netflix.
You can just Netflix chill. You can stay up all night because you got to wake up for work. But but some people also work from home. So that's also something, that stability, where some people they work from the comfort of their home. They sit literally in their bed, chopping it out, and they have a little bit more leeway because it's remote. And as long as they get that shit done within, 8 hours, then we're ready to go. You know what I'm saying? You can get it done, you get paid, cool. It's to each his own. I did that, and I couldn't do it because I know I wanted more, and I worked a 9 to 5 myself to pay off my student loan from college that I got hit with like crazy. And it's like, I knew all that money was going to the student loan, so I had to hustle up.
That's a good point.
Videographer, and my 9 to 5 literally paid my student loan. Every check went to the student loan.
You smart.
And then every dollar I made in the street shooting music videos and photo shoots was to me. I was able to do multiple things and kind of take care of shit and actually live, because one thing was paying one thing was paying another thing. And literally, it took me enough where I paid off my student loan, so there was no more bill to pay. I got some extra money, but then I was getting, people wanted me to shoot all the time, this and that, during hours of work and this, that, and the third. So it was like, I was like, man, okay, I'm getting really booked. Do I stay here at this 9 to 5 and kind of sit here and just press these buttons for 8 hours, for, a little bit of dollars, and then you got to take money from me before I even get my money.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? So I'm doing all this for, for you to take away 300, 400. Yeah, I decided I'm gonna go work for myself and do what I need to. So I'm not fucking doing this for.
I know people that make $130
a year.
$130 a year.
That's nice. Hell yeah, that's nice.
And they pay $30,000 in taxes.
Yeah, see, that's not nice.
But that's before, so.
That's literally from the check, right? That's like from their job.
Yeah.
Like when it goes under there, like, here, you did this, but we had to take out medical, state, federal, our tax, shit.
Social Security.
You know what I'm saying? Social Security. Whatever the fuck it is. That's, damn,
So
just because.
just divide it by 12, right? And then how many months is that 30 worth, right? So we're working for the government for those 3 months.
Free.
Can you imagine, if you ever really broke it down like that?
Yeah, yeah.
We're literally working for the government. You know what I mean? Again,
and that's also why, if you guys have noticed, what I just said is a mind blower, because what do you think their probationary period is? 3 months.
Oh.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, a workplace's probationary period, like, hey, we're going to hire you on, you know what I'm saying? You got this probation before you get the benefits and all that other extra stuff. You got to make sure you can stay on. So you got to work for the government, for them, making them money, but for the government,
right,
for 3 months. They stamp that, okay, yep, you're a full employee now. Here, you get all your benefits. Now, technically, you're getting paid. Even though you're getting paid, they're giving you a check, you know what I'm saying? You're technically getting paid. That's also why they do that probational thing.
But imagine, okay, you got your regular job, but then you also got a corporation or a limited liability company where you can legally put yourself on payroll, whatever it's going to be, right? And you can say you make more, have more income from your actual business that you own, that you could add your child or next of kin like on as a manager, pass that on. You know what I mean? Like they can take that when you go. They could take your business that got all the business credit on it when you go.
And it's like it's crazy to me. Like you guys are, gonna slave away and work so hard to get, some people, I mean, you don't even see the 100. You know what I'm saying? The person you said makes 130 on paper, but makes 100. Net. You're not seeing net, but you don't got 100 right here. It's just not right here. So it's like, damn, you're doing all that, wasting all that time, doing all this motion, doing all these headaches, whatever it is. You probably don't want to wake up at sometimes. You're doing all that to get that on a piece of paper so you can show that you make some income, this, that, and the third, so you can live. But if you do it on your business and you need to show some income, you're in control of that. So you're telling me if, like right now, if you put, you put yourself on payroll and you pay yourself 100, you make 100. You pay yourself 50, you make 50. You pay yourself 20, you make 20. You pay yourself $1 million, you made $1 million. And it's on paper.
It's on paper. And then you're going to be like, well, you're going to have to pay taxes on $1 million. You're going to have to pay taxes on 100. That's when the benefits of the write-offs come in.
Mm-hmm. Lower that.
When it's called like depreciation.
Deduction, yeah,
depreciation. When you're trying to get approved for a loan and a mortgage, the mortgage company can add back depreciation rather than expenses, right? I'm not going to pretend to act like I'm a professional with tax
person.
Stuff.
We know some people.
We just know some people, and they gave me some good information recently, so I'm just regurgitating it to you guys. I'm not no tax professional. CPA is not legal or whatever advice, but it's just an idea I'm throwing out there if it's too high level. So the purpose of this conversation was just like, sometimes I'd be speaking up here, so far up here, and people are just like so. And I'm not blaming them. I'm not calling them out as negative people. No, they're just like, am I speaking Spanish to a regular person when it comes to credit and funding?
I mean, yeah, because were they taught it in school? No. But they were taught how to read and write.
Right.
They were taught math. Mm-hmm. They was taught biology, science, your extracurriculars, your motherfuckers. That's art, paint, this and that.
And a little bit of college, and it's just like,
where's the credit at? Where's the finance? Where's quote unquote what do white people do? What's the corporate America shit?
That example you brought up about student loans, right? It reminded me of the conversation that I had on my way here. A lot of people might be considering bankruptcy. This person will go unnamed, but I will bring up their example, because this is how I answered the question, right? Last year, got approved 50,000, 0% with Chase. She just did that on her own before it boom. The trial and error, whatever previous mentorship she worked on, whatever, cool. The trial and error of acquiring her first Airbnb with that 0% in a city that's not near her, so she would have to catch a flight to even go check on that Airbnb in person or whatever. She was relying on the help of whoever she tapped in with, right? Mm-hmm. Long story short, didn't work out, 0% expiring, card maxed out. She was like, she had to get a second opinion too. Had to get, her family member, right? She was debating bankruptcy. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I'm glad you asked, right? I was scrambling for my DJI trying to record, because this is one of those long-winded conversations. This is this. I was on hour number 4 with her. Separate hours, but this was another. All right, you ready to tap in? He's like, yeah. So what can I? So okay, cool. How can we avoid bankruptcy? First of all, even if you do decide to avoid bankruptcy, replace that 50. You're still find a way to replace the 50 that you owe Chase, because that is one bank you do not want to include in your bankruptcy. This is not a biased opinion just because they gave me $250,000. That's not a biased opinion. They're just the biggest they're the biggest in America, right? They are the biggest bank in America. So imagine not being able to work with the biggest bank in America.
Right.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody. You know what I mean? So, end of the day, it's like, one, okay, say you go the bankruptcy route, right? I'm saying like I'd have helped out people in a worse situation than you. You're only looking at 50. I'd have helped people out. All their credit cards were maxed out. They had like 80 grand we had to replace with other cheaper money, right? The idea is she's okay, cool, but I'm still gonna have to pay it all back, and it's just frustrating and stressed. I'm like, check this out. This is the answer that I gave her. Instead of bankruptcy, let's just replace it because you ain't missed no payments yet. Your credit is still good, but you don't want to be in a financial probation. That's the way I describe it, right? That's the way it's like 7 years. Imagine you're not able to borrow money for 7 years. I wouldn't wish that on nobody. That means you would have to be really, 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 really good at making money. You're not borrowing money from anybody. Right. Why do I say that? Is that true? Because I know somebody with a bankruptcy, she managed to like squeeze out a few personal loans here and there. I was like, how did you do this? She's like, yeah, because before she filed her bankruptcy, she didn't really owe nobody money. Right? She had a fraudulent identity theft sort of situation take place on one like random card or something. Yeah, right. So, but she made sure not to include, the real banks in her bankruptcy or whatever. So I don't know. It's just she didn't really have any.
Right, she pick and choose and then work around it so it's not fucking you.
Yeah. I don't know. I was like, wow. So you still got this personal? So it's like most personal loans, but who knows if she can really still bank with those major banks that are on her profile? That she zeroed them out before she filed bankruptcy. Whatever, cool. I'm getting into people's business, but the long story short, the longest story short is, can you imagine going to a major bank trying to borrow some money, little 20, 30,000 because you need it, but you can't for the next 7 years, right? On the flip side, all right, cool. You got this $50,000 debt. You need to pay off. If you replace it with some more 0%, that's buying you more time. It's going to buy you some time to figure out how to really make $50,000 in less than a year. How to make $100,000 in less than a year. Just buy yourself more time leveraging 0% interest or cheaper money, right? Do a balance transfer. Do whatever you got to do, but you rather do that because that $50,000 that she tried to do Airbnb with, that's a stain, that's a cool, it's a L. But at the same time, how is that different than the student loans? Those be at 0%, it'd be deferred, right? Mm-hmm. So some people, they got almost 6 figures in student loans. They got nothing to show for it. Some entrepreneurs, they got the type of debt that's like, it's either showing on the personal because they did, personal, they're trying to fund their business on the personal side, or they got a bunch of business credit cards, it might be maxed out, but they're going to pay it off one day.
Right.
Because of that trial and error and the stuff that they tried. At least they tried. You know what I mean? But most millionaires, they fail a few times before they even get to where they're trying to go. Yeah. So that's my 2 cents on that. Like, a lot of people, I get that question so much time. What if I just file bankruptcy? I'm like, if you file bankruptcy in the next year, would you borrow yourself money if you saw that you didn't pay somebody $30,000 back and you just chose to file bankruptcy? Yeah, they're gonna judge you. Don't think they're not gonna judge you.
Yeah, they're judging the fuck out of you.
But yeah, man. Wanted to make this episode digestible. I got a lot. I might make some more content as much as I can because it's been conversations like that. The more conversations I have with people that make me feel like maybe it's up to me. Be the change I want to see in the world. I got to do PSA, public service announcement. Guys, stop trying to run your whole entire business on personal credit cards. Just all these things that come to mind when it comes to what I hear on these consultations, right? That I will be making more and more content, to just help the people, because it's like we got to change as our community at the end of the day, man. You can find some of this content on my Instagram page, Deleteking850, right? And if you got some dope content, I might follow you back, And obviously, if you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Join a community, school.com/850. Right now, it's mad affordable, but that is considered the VIP for right now. It's the VIP community. Every week, we get on there for sure. whether it's me, whether it's CVO, that's when we're really enthusiastic to be on the phone with y'all, for real. Or on a Zoom call live, you can access us. And you heard everything we had to say for now, you know what I mean? But yeah, tap in. What else you got, man?
Shit, you anybody that got a Florida business, we got some data points over there in Florida.
Oh,
so
yeah, man. That's the
going.
conversation I really wanted to have. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but this one, I ain't gonna wait for next time.
Yeah, because I know you say you get high, whatever. Cool.
Yeah, no, I'm getting hot, bro. I'm fucking
Oh, you
sweating.
good? I ain't gonna torch. Yeah,
like, I'm like about to, like, I'm getting a little heat. The lights, I can feel them, you know.
But the ice should be cooling it down, though. You know,
man,
shit,
it is.
Depression,
You know, it is.
You know what I mean? But you want to check out my boy, my brother. Them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So
I gonna have some ice too. A lot of this ice is because of some bags I got in COVID. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was up during COVID. I was shooting hella videos. That was before I did anything with credit. It would think I just had cash.
That shit, bro. Cause I respect it. He pull up when he was pulling up on day one. I was like, shit, bro. This nigga, he bought his business, bro. I was so scared to waste this nigga time, bro. I told you that. Yeah. I told you when you pull up, I'm trying to get to work because. You know, you bought this nigga was showing up on time, nigga, every time, waiting for me in the parking lot. I'm like, fuck, I'll be on point. But nah, bro, nigga, put some respect on it. You know, CVO Films, Deletekings, CVO, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You
feel me? So, no, we not going to keep this long with it. We got a lot more things coming. Obviously, we got a lot more conversations to have. But it was a good one. Yeah, just... But I gotta say, it's clients stop wasting our time. We trying to help you help yourself. Not, you know what I'm saying? We can't help you if you can't help yourself. That's that simple. And we made it cheaper. So if us making it cheaper, you still can't help you, then shit. Work that 9 to 5, big dog.
And pray to God.
You know?
Pray whoever you pray to. Just like, need some sort of help, you're gonna get there.
Do your thing. But for sure. Deletekings CVO. You know.
Peace.